What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Harari Boy, and today I want to break down the three net worth levels where your financial life starts to change. All right, so let's break it down, shall we? Most people think becoming wealthy changes your life because you can buy more stuff, right? I actually think the biggest change is something completely different, believe it or not. The more financially secure you become, the less you depend on other people and less pressure you will feel to make desperate decisions, right? So in this video, I'm going to break down three net worth levels that I essentially where I believe your financial life starts changing in a major way. And by the end, you will see why the first milestone is probably more important than the last one because the goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to become financially strong enough that money stops controlling your decisions at the end of the day. All right, guys, as some of you may know, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. I've been searching all over Netflix to watch Dragon Ball episodes, but unfortunately, Netflix here just doesn't have them. But which version of Netflix does? Netflix Japan. Some of you might be wondering, how on earth am I accessing Netflix Japan, right? Well, that's where NordVPN comes in. NordVPN is one of the top VPN services out there. It allows you to mask your location and browse securely, which is perfect for protecting your privacy. Plus, NordVPN can basically change your location to anywhere in the world with just a few clicks. So it's just as easy as that. That's how I'm able to access Netflix Japan and binge all of the Dragon Ball episodes that I can fathom. It's not just about watching international shows, however. NordVPN adds an extra layer of security basically as you're browsing, so your personal information stays safe and your online activity remains private. If you want to unlock more content and protect your privacy online, head over to nordvpn.com/harariboy to get over 70% off a 2-year subscription plus 3 months free. And if you don't like it, you can cancel within 30 days and get a money back guarantee. It is worth the peace of mind and extra content you'll have access to. All right, so let's talk about level one right here, the $100,000 net worth. Believe it or not, this is not a hard net worth to attain, and I'll explain why here in a second. But the first major milestone isn't about being rich. $100,000 might not sound like you're wealthy, but I think this is where something important starts happening. You finally have some financial like breathing room, and unexpected $1,000, $2,000 expense doesn't completely destroy your month, and you're not starting from zero every single time something goes wrong. So I have some good news for you. A lot of you guys watching out there are essentially, some of you might be homeowners. Well, if you're a homeowner for maybe 2 to 3 years, congratulations with how your home possibly appreciated and how much you've paid down on your mortgage. You're pretty close to being on your way to $100,000 net worth. Right. So that's why this net worth is not essentially too hard to attain for a lot of people, but it's still a major milestone that is to be celebrated. Okay. So this is where your behavior starts changing. You're no longer just trying to survive financially. You're starting to build a financial foundation. Your money is becoming something that works for you instead of something you're constantly chasing, right? The biggest advantage is options here. Okay. You have more choices. You can walk away from a bad job or a bad decision. You can handle an emergency without immediately reaching for your credit card, right? You can take advantage of any opportunity without having to borrow money for it, right? So think about the stock market, investing more and things like that. And you have more control over your own life at the end of the day, okay? The real flex at 100K is I don't think the goal at this stage is essentially upgrading your lifestyle, right? That should be the last thing on your mind, like I always discuss. I think the goal should be protecting what you have built, right? Don't make 100,000 and immediately start acting like you make 200K, right? That's how people make more money and somehow still feel broke. So you don't want to be living paycheck to paycheck at the end of the day. All right. So this is both talking about having 100K net worth and making 100K in income. So the two go hand in hand. All right. So the principle here that I want to break down for you guys, the people who actually build wealth Understand making more money doesn't mean you have to spend more money. Keep your lifestyle under control. Always keep eliminating debt. Keep investing in good growth stock mutual funds, and let the gap between what you earn and what you spend become wealth building machines. Okay. But $100,000 is really just the beginning here, because once you get to the next level, you're no longer just building financial cushion. You're starting to build a financial system that can actually support your entire life at the end of the day. So that brings me to level two, the $1 million net worth. So this is not as easy to attain, right, in terms of net worth, but it's not as hard as one might think. So just like the example I mentioned earlier with 100K net worth, your net worth isn't necessarily just your income or your income itself or how much you have saved up in the bank account. Rather, it's all the assets you have combined. So your home, your cars, your portfolio, your 401k, things like that. So these things can really start to add up over time, and then wait, you're at this $1 million net worth. So what happens here at level two? This is where the game starts to change for you. Okay. $1 million doesn't mean you can suddenly stop thinking about money, but it does mean your assets have become significant enough that your financial decisions start carrying much more weight. Okay. Your money starts becoming a bigger part of the equation. At this point, you might have investments, retirement accounts, real estate, or a combination of different assets, just like I mentioned. You're no longer just focused on earning a paycheck. You're thinking about what your money is doing while you're sleeping at the end of the day, right? The biggest change here is your time becomes more valuable than money itself. Okay. When you have built real wealth, start realizing that your time is one of your most valuable assets. You stop wasting a lot of it. You become more selective about what you spend your time doing. You don't necessarily need to chase every opportunity. You can focus on the opportunities that actually move your life forward. Okay. But here's a trap that a lot of people miss, especially at this $1 million net worth. And the $1 million milestone can also be where people start making stupid decisions. Think about the medical student that's in debt heavily from medical school and they decide not to pay off their student loans at all. Or even that professional athlete, we hear a lot of stories about them going from millionaire to broke status. Okay. They see the number and they think they've made it, right? Then they upgrade the house, right? They upgrade their lifestyle, like we always talk about, upgrade cars, and suddenly their expenses grow right alongside their net worth. So they're really not making any improvements in their overall net worth. Don't confuse wealth with income. Again, and we have to make a key distinguishment here. So someone can make 500K a year and still have a financial mess. Okay. Someone can make $100,000 a year and quietly build substantial wealth over time. It's really about the ratios at the end of the day. Your income is what you earn, and your net worth is what you keep and build. Okay. So like Steve Harvey had that famous quote of, it's not about his mom telling him, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. So that's very real right here. Okay. All right. So the real goal at this level is you want your investments assets to continue growing. You want to have little or no consumer debt. You want your financial decisions to be intentional instead of emotional. So you have to tell your money what to do at the end of the day. Okay. You want to be in a position where you don't have to work forever just to maintain your lifestyle at the end of the day, because believe it or not, we all grow old and we all can't work forever. So, but there's another level where the biggest change essentially isn't necessarily what you own. It's what starts happening around you, because once you build wealth, opportunities can start to come to you instead of you constantly chasing them, right? And that brings us to level three, the $5 million plus net worth. Okay, so this is where your financial freedom becomes a completely different conversation. Okay, at this level, you're not asking, how do I make more money? Right? You're asking, how do I protect what I've built so far? And eventually, how do I make sure this wealth actually lasts? Okay, so the focus shifts from accumulation to preservation. All right. You start thinking about taxes, estate planning, insurance, asset protection, how your investments are structured, how your family will be affected by your financial decisions. This is where wealth can create more opportunities. You may hear about investment opportunities through your network, and you may have access to business opportunities you wouldn't have even seen earlier. Like this stuff actually starts happening at this net worth. Go ask a lot of people at this net worth. Their banks are constantly calling them about different opportunities and other investors. So people may approach you because they know you have capital, right? So that's huge. Make sure the right people know, and not everyone knows. But here's the important part. Just because you have money doesn't mean every opportunity is a good opportunity. So you need to start weeding these things out. More money doesn't mean you should take more risks. I think this is where discipline becomes even more important. When you have $5 million, losing $50,000 is painful, right? But losing millions of dollars because you got greedy or made a reckless decision can change everything. There's people at this net worth that will invest millions in Bitcoin or some risky asset like that and lose it all in over the night, and then they literally see their net worth plummet. So wealth gives you more opportunities, but it also gives you more ways to make expensive mistakes. So that's a key thing that you need to factor in here once you get to this level. Okay. So be careful who you let into your financial life. The more successful you become, the more people may have an opinion about what you should do with your money. All right. So Dave Ramsey is really famous for this. And he essentially says, I don't waste my time talking to certain people because I know I'm right and I know they're wrong. So that's your mindset that you should have when it comes to your money. Okay. Do solid research and only take advice from people that have the heart of a teacher and wants to see you do well in your financial future. Somebody has a business idea, somebody wants you to invest, somebody knows a great opportunity, somebody thinks you should buy something. You have to learn how to say no at the end of the day. Okay. The goal isn't to look wealthy. Again, we talk about this all the time. Stop trying to impress the Joneses. The goal is to have enough financial strength that you don't have to prove anything to anybody. Okay. You don't need the most expensive car at the end of the day. You don't need the biggest house. You don't need to impress people with what you own. Okay. That shouldn't even be on your mind. I was about to say that should be the last thing on your mind. Honestly, it shouldn't even be on your mind, period. All right. So real wealth is having control over your time and your decisions at the end of the day. So the biggest takeaway, I know we covered a lot here, but the biggest takeaway I want you guys to take out of these 3 levels is the 3 levels aren't really about the numbers at the end of the day. $100,000, yes, gives you more breathing room. $1 million gives you serious financial flexibility, and $5 million gives you the ability to focus heavily on protecting and preserving your wealth. Okay. But still, the habits don't change. Live below your means always, stay out of consumer debt as much as possible, build an emergency fund, and invest consistently over time. Don't let your lifestyle grow faster than your wealth. Okay. All right. So the irony about building wealth is the people who become wealthy often don't look like they're trying to become wealthy, right? You can't even tell at the end of the day. They're doing this stuff silently in the background. They're not constantly upgrading everything, right? Going from a Corvette to, let's say, a Lamborghini. They're not spending every dollar that they make, and they quietly are building assets while everybody else is trying to look successful. So my final point here is, if you're watching this and you're nowhere near the $100,000 net worth yet, don't get discouraged. Okay. You might not be a homeowner yet, or you're still renting. You still have time. At the end of the day, if you're still breathing, you still have a chance. So you don't need to become a millionaire overnight. At the end of the day, your first goal might be $10,000, then $25,000, right? 50,000 and then 100,000. And again, this is everything totaled up. It's not just what you have in your savings account, although that does help. Just keep in mind your net worth just needs to start building. And then once you start keeping track of it as different milestones like that, before you're hitting these levels, like it's nothing. So every milestone makes the next one a lot easier. Similar to the debt snowball, as you take care of one small debt, you can take care of the bigger ones later on. So essentially, this is because you're building habits and discipline along the way. So you'll always hear someone calling to Dave Ramsey's show and say, like, okay, I saved and I invested, I did everything you said. I'm like 40 something, 50 something now. I don't want to touch what I've accumulated. how do I spend? So I want you guys to have that problem rather than the opposite problem for sure. So here's what I want to know from you. What's the net worth milestone are you currently working towards, right? Is it $10,000? Is it 50,000, 100,000, or a million? Let me know in the comments below, because I think everybody has a different number that represents financial freedom to them. And if you got value at this video, make sure to subscribe, because we're going to keep talking about how to build wealth the right way, not just how to look wealthy. Also, if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.